Hi everybody and welcome to Adobe Live. Sorry, slight glitch in the matrix there before we started. Here with Bianca Beers. We'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land in which we are streaming from today. Pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. And we also want to play some music, and we also want to say hi to Bianca. Hey Bianca, what's up?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's always
not what you asked. You asked what's up.
I asked what's up, yeah. We would like to also say hi to everybody in chat. Hey everybody, got Steve, Johanna, R&B is there over on Behance. It's great to see some friendly faces in there. And if you're watching this anywhere else, like over on YouTube or anywhere else, jump into Behance, say hello. We'd love to hear from you. We had tons of questions on Tuesday, so 2 days ago, where we did part one of this stream. Lots on NFTs. Bianca has somehow positioned herself as the person that everybody asks about NFT stuff. So if you do have questions, she's promised that she's prepared to answer to the best of her ability. It has been quite a journey watching you, going from, I remember back in January or February, you were just getting into it, and now, doing a lot of these NFT things, and we're going to touch on some of that a little bit today.
100%. Life's a journey. Well, life's a ride. What's that thing? You just got to ride it. You know that song lyric? Something, life is a journey. You just got to ride it. Oh, yeah, it is highway. Yeah, sorry.
Life's a journey. Anyway. I love this. Let's do karaoke.
Moving on.
Yeah. Awesome. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. We're here for an hour, and we're picking up kind of where we left off on Tuesday. So
yes.
I've got your... Ish, yeah, of course. So I've got your desktop here. Should we jump over and have a look? Mm-hmm. Do a bit of a recap?
Yeah, give it a little share. Yes. So are you showing it now?
I am, yep. So we're showing.
All right, so this is the final image. So on, what was it, Tuesday, we started doing the rendering. So I showed the way that I layer to create my portraits that I draw, just from outline, and then we only got up to that stage. I didn't actually get to the background stage. We kind of just start. We don't really have time to do it. So this is the final image. And for people that are tuning in, aren't paying attention to time, this is an artwork I've already made. So it's part of an NFT series I created recently. So I'm just going through this, how I created it. So this is the image, and then we're going to hop into After Effects to animate it, which is really exciting. I've been meaning to learn animation for the past 2 years, but always end up getting projects. Whenever I have free time, I'm like, all right, I'll do it now. And then something comes along. So it just kept getting pushed to the side. But then for this project, I finally thought, okay, yes, I have time now. I can actually animate some stuff. So yeah, I just jumped in and went by YouTube videos. So we can just jump in and I'll show you how I did it.
Nice.
I mean, it might be the long way. I'm not sure, because I just had to do it the way that I easily could at the time. But often when you just jump into stuff, later you realize that you've been doing it the hard way or the long way all this time. There's usually a shortcut. But anyway, so basically with this image, I want the background parts to be moving. And so I saved each, if you look here on the right hand side, I got a few layers, probably about 20. And I've saved each one as a separate layer. I wanted to drop them into After Effects because it means that each piece stays in the place it's meant to be. I had just saved the file as a layered PSD and dropped it in, but it saved kind of layer separately, but as its own little image. So it didn't position it where it's meant to be on the canvas. And then so I would have had to rearrange everything, and I just couldn't be bothered. So I just named all the layers in order. and save them as PNGs. And then we're going to go into After Effects, new composition. Call it Adobe. We have the duration here, and I set it at 11 seconds, still set at what I set it at before. Width, actually, maybe not even do that. We'll just drop the files in. We'll have it at the stats of the canvas. So it's these ones here, all the way up to here. So the background, all the background images for the portrait itself, and then a few little pieces that go on top. Drop them in there, amazing, and then drop them down here. Okay, so that was just the duration. Oh no, this was ones I did, and so I named them one on the bottom. It actually puts it the wrong way around, so I forgot that I did this. So I'm just gonna have to rearrange them, which is not sexy at all, but you know. 3.
So they've come in at like the opposite of what you want them to be laid at.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I did that, the first 2 ones, because the first one I did, and then I didn't do, which was this one, till like a couple days later, and I forgot I did it that way. So It was kind of annoying and tedious, but for the rest of them, I did it the right way. But of course, I chose one of the artworks that didn't have that, but it's good.
It's always the way, like when you've got like your tunnel vision when you're working on something, you just remember all those certain things that you do. But the second you go away, you come back and you're like, oh yeah, I remember what I did.
Oh yeah, that's all right. Also, to be fair, you asked me to hop Apple plan. True?
Oh, sorry, I lost you for a second there. Getting a little bit of cutouts and everything. But what was that?
Oh, okay. I was just making excuses for why it's not that planned. But we got there. Look, 20, 21, 22. Boom. All right. So they're all in their backgrounds. That one's not going to get edited at all. We don't want any movement with that. And then using other. And this one I think is the other background spray, which I'm not going to move. So just showing the things that I will be animating. I'm going to show a few different ways I learned how to animate. So there's rotation, there's enlarging and shrinking, and then the rainfall, and also rain bounce back when it hits the top of the head. So a few different things, and I feel like that'll take us to an hour to do every single layer, but we'll see what we can do. Just want to get to the rose and see where that is. It's not that. Actually, I'll label that just so I know. Trio. When you have that many layers, it's good to label them just so you know.
It's funny, chat talking about internet being a little bit choppy today. I'm just saying the internet's a little bit choppy today, so hopefully it'll sort itself out. But yeah, the rosellas are actually on the roof as well right now. So as a joke, whenever the rosellas come out, it's like they're chewing on the wires. They're cheeky birds.
They are. They're not as bad as cockatoos.
That's true.
So for this one, right? So this is a spray, which you can see in the hand side of it. I just want it to kind of look like it's dripping, the paint. And I've done it in a really lazy way. 100% automatically, amazing. And then we're going to say maybe 2 seconds later, we're going to set a timer for this, and we're going to make sure the link's off, because we're not trying to, oh no, my mouse isn't working. We're not bigger, we're only trying to make whatever this axis is bigger. So maybe 200% and see how that works. It might be too big, but we'll see. So take it back and then see how it moves. too big. So I'm going to hit it at maybe 150. And when you're editing it, I learnt this the hard way, the play thing, even though you've highlighted that marker, what do you call it? Like a keynote? Even though highlighted, if the
keyframe,
whatever this is, yeah. I told you, I only just learnt this like 2 weeks ago. If it's not on it, it accidentally edits something else. So it's kind of fiddly, but you just need to remember. So yeah, 200, I feel like maybe 130. So let's see now. So then, yeah, that's cute. Nice little drip. So that's at 2 seconds. And again, I'll do 4 seconds and I'll make that 100%. And there's probably an easier way. I mean, I feel like I can Control C and then 6, Control V it. Yeah, beautiful. Like
nice.
That. And then this one will be 100% again. That's not the best, but all good. So it kind of is yo-yoing back and forth, which is cool. Like, sweet. To do that, you just, key in times. You could do it at alternating times and not necessarily equal intervals. Depends what kind of character you want. I just wanted a slow drip and then a spring back and a slow drip. So that, I'm just trying to find the rose, not that one. Actually, this is cool because this is something that I want to show. So these are the sigils I made. And so the concept of this image, it's part of a 7-part series, and they're based off the chakras. So this is the third eye chakra. And that's why we've got the Shami Sanskrit and the symbols in the background, but I also created like witchcraft symbols to help manifest the gift of the chakra. So something that helps with manifestation is rainfall and just natural water and nature. So for the sigils and the text, I actually popped one of the effects on them, which looks like rain droplets, like falling in like a body of water. So I'll just see where it is. Simulation. So here on the side, effects and presets, simulation, and I believe it is called drizzle. And so you just drag it onto the layer, and then here you can edit the. Well, I have a piece of paper with the settings I set too, because we could just experiment. So drip rate 22 because we want a lot, and I set everything at angel numbers. So 1.1 rippling. I think I did 3 for that. Yeah, I did 3, and then 11 for displacement, and then 11 for ripple height, and spreading. That's play. Wait. I don't see.
Might need a moment to render, maybe.
It shouldn't take long. Let's see. Effects, spreading. Ready. Hang on. New. I may have had to create a new, like an adjustment layer. Maybe that's what it was. I don't think so. Damn, that's no good. Let's see. Drip rate. 1, 3, 11, 11, 100. And then, I don't know. Maybe we'll leave that for now and then move on to something else.
Nice. Yeah. Just leave it.
Nice.
Move on.
Yeah, nice.
Well, because there's quite a lot involved as well. Interestingly enough, like
it's not working.
You're one of quite a few people that we've had on who are self-taught After Effects. So I'm interested in hearing from chat as well. Have you tried to pick up After Effects and give it a go yourself? And if you had, like, what was it for?
Yeah, I'd be interested to know that.
Because I've zipped in and out of After Effects at different times in my career, using it a little bit at the moment, but not for personal work, mostly for just little animations for social assets and things like that. And it is quite an interesting thing to like.
What functions wrap your head around?
Yeah, it's mostly just like creating looping animations. I think if you have something on the internet and it doesn't loop, it's like heresy.
Yeah.
Well, it has to loop, right?
In the day, using Photoshop. So the good thing about the GIF format is it automatically loops. But then with something like this, if you're setting the keynotes automatically, you need to set them at the right interval for the duration.
Right.
So I'm going to show you in a tick. But for this rose, we're just doing another scale enlargement, but I didn't unlink it so that when we enlarge it, it enlarges in both axes. So this is going to be 100% again. And I'm gonna Control C. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that. This will be 130 again. So with the rose, 130 might be a bit big as well because the back that's kind of hidden is showing.
Yeah, so you're increasing the size, like it's just kind of expanding.
Scale. Yeah, scale. Yeah. Whereas before for the drip, we unlinked the axis so that it only enlarged the vertical axis, we'll just call it.
Right.
This one we kept it linked, so it's just enlarging it as a whole. It's completely different. 120.
Yeah, that's cool. So Steve in chat, I still don't know much about After Effects, but definitely self-taught with Illustrator. I watch all the AE streams intently, but haven't tried much. Yeah, I'm a bit like that. It's a little bit like that with the hosting. Like, you know, someone will come on like Bianca and kind of jump into After Effects and show some things. I'm like, oh, that looks really simple. And then I don't do anything about it, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I think, and it kind of comes back to your point, Bianca, before about you wanted to do it for about 2 years, but it wasn't until you had a project to apply that to that kind of forced you to actually really learn it and sit down and actually do it, right?
Yeah, 100%. But different people, different things, you know what I mean? Some people would have the maybe it's about like determination or strictness with yourself. So as opposed to watching Netflix one night, they're actually going to sacrifice to do that. That's not me most of the time. I do prioritize my enjoyment. So yeah, I guess when there's a payoff for me, that's when I go for it, which is not always the best, but it works out. So for the image to update, but as you can see now, it's going a bit slow, but once it updates and logs that in, we'll be able to see the difference of the two background movements.
Nice.
Play the waiting game.
Play the waiting game.
Can minimize
talk amongst
that.
Ourselves. Can you
I'm
just zoom in a little bit on the artwork itself, just so we can bring it up a little bit big, so we can see the difference?
maybe, yeah, I'll put it to fit. Or is that still not big enough? Once truly, like 4 or 5 seconds, it'll be fast enough that we'll be able to see the movement faster. It keeps telling me my internet connection is unstable. I'm freaking out.
It's okay. It's dropping out a little bit, but we can see the artwork the whole time.
All right.
So we're just dropping out a little bit with our chat, but I think we're fine to keep going.
Okay, cool.
All
right, so it's
everything you're screen sharing, we're seeing. So.
Okay, beautiful. Amazing.
I can narrate over the top.
So as you can see, everything's moving. I would set it so that it loops perfectly, but do we have time? 12:30. I might do that at the end. So if that's the case, I will leave the stuff open that we have sort of edited, so that way we know we can move back to that layer. So rain simulation, I'm pretty sure. So I do the rain simulation at the, where is it? New layer. Oh, you gotta go like this. New adjustment layer. Yes, for sure. Rename that rainfall. Then from the simulations, we're going to add in rainfall. And what did I use for it? Angel numbers, baby. Size 3.33. Scene depth 444. Background, I really apologize. -77. So this actually sets a bit of a diagonal direction for the rain, as opposed to just straight down, which isn't that interesting if you ask me. Spread, what did we do for spread? 11. And then opacity, I'm just going to bump it up to 55, because maybe even 66 for you guys. Viewing through a screen isn't going to be the best for you, but let's see. All right. So as you can see now, there's a bit of rainfall happening. Can you see that on your screen, or do I need to increase the opacity?
Maybe increase it just a little bit so we can see it. I can see it here. I don't know, guys. Can you see it? Let me know.
I've just punched it up to 88%. So let me know if that works for you guys, if you can see it.
And it's still rendering, of course.
I should have done it.
It's kind of rendering everything.
Yeah, it's taking its time. Cool. So that's rainfall. And then rainfall to look, actually, we're going to do the face now. So I think, where's the face? Oh yeah, actually, rename face. So as you'll see, I have a background that's like a more translucent version. And this is because I want the face to be moving in a figure 8, purely because figure 8 is for abundance. And this is all like, everything's just been orchestrated for abundance and manifestation. So I set the layer underneath it so it looks like a bit of a shadow trailing behind it. It's going to stay static. So for the face, we're going to use the position function. So we're going to set the position here. So that's at the position that it's at now. And you just click the little timer thing, and then that sets the position. And then to set the next position, you'll go to 1 and then just drag it, and it'll take it to the next position. And then I'll set it at 2, and I'll do the next position from there, maybe like that. And then we can make it look a bit smoother with time. I actually saw a tutorial that you can actually draw the symbol in Illustrator and then drop it in, as opposed to manually creating the path, but I couldn't figure that out. So we're doing it the hard way. Love that for us.
That's the fun part of like learning, learning something for the first time. Like, as you said before, there's probably a faster way to do this, but it's like that with everything, right? Like the more you use something, the more you realize, you know, the shortcuts that you can take from the type of work you're building and how to be a bit more efficient over time. But when you're getting stuck into something the first time, all you got to do is make it work, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. And that's my sentiments as well. So this is a wonky looking figure 8 at the moment, but she will be gorgeous soon. So we just keep moving the, what's that thing called you said? This thing? The
keyframe.
What's the thing called?
Keyframe.
Move it along the time, and then when we want to change the position, we just make sure it's sitting over that position.
This is forever going to be the symbol for
keyframe.
Like this is amazing. It's one of my favorite things with After Effects, because so many people are self-taught. That the terminology for all the little things, everyone has a different name for it.
And mine's just visual, no words, smooth brain.
But everybody's is like so many people have come on, like the pick whip, for example. Like everyone has a different word for that. It's the little hurricane looking thing in the bottom left hand. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but it's just an example. There's so many little words like that. Just grab the little hurricane thing and pull it over here. It's great. I think it's very cute.
Hurricane. Wow. That is cute. So I'm just realizing there's not enough room for all of the frames that I want to make a figure eight. So I'm just squishing them in a bit so that we have more time left, and then we can edit. Boom. Boom. And we've got the whole path created. We can do a little something to repeat it, which is a little code, I guess. Is it code?
Yeah, you're going to like copy and paste a little bit of code in there to, is my guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's what, oh no. And see how you've got to be right on where the time is, otherwise it'll just add a new position in, and we don't want that. Cool. I wish there was something that could snap you to the keynotes you've already made. There probably is. All right, so now we're going along. It's almost a figure eight. Love that for us. Here. Boom, boom, boom. Stunning. I love that there are no questions about NFTs today. When today is the day, I said, okay, make sure today's the day you ask.
We covered quite a bit last time, but yeah, that's always the way. So to recap on what's happening while Bianca's doing those frames, because we've seen the final artwork. So you've got the face on like a different level, and it's basically going to be doing this kind of subtle figure eight in front.
Yep.
And looping, I'm assuming, as we discussed, everything loops.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so by doing that, you're creating this like path around. It's quite small, so I'm just going to describe it for everyone in case you're watching on a small screen or something. So kind of just like you would create a path in Illustrator or something else, with all the key points around, so that it's going to be doing this kind of subtle figure eight in the background.
Love it. And we're almost done too.
Nice. Got a question for chat. Are NFTs good or bad? There we go. Let's find out.
What frame you're looking at them. I think for artists, they're good. That you basically have a new way to create work that you enjoy. So like one of these artworks actually for $5,000, which is fire, because usually this type of art I would just create, just in my own, for my own enjoyment, or put it up. Maybe I'd make a couple prints, like limited prints, maybe 10. But the NFT space has made it possible, because I'm not the type of person that would display in a physical art gallery, because I just don't feel like my stuff is highbrow enough. But yeah, the NFT space makes it a little bit more accessible, I think, and you don't need to pay like an upfront period of time. Also, the fact that it's worldwide means that you can have a worldwide audience, and it's more likely that you're going to sell to someone, versus like an exhibit in Paddington, and then you only get access to the few hundreds of people that would visit that exhibit in that amount of time. So I feel they're great. Artists like me who work a lot with clients, often clients have a strict, very like small boxed in window of what they want you to do, and like that's cool. And try new things, and usually clients aren't down for that. They want you to do what they've already seen you do, which is dope, but you've already done it, so you want to do something new. Like, it can get a bit stale. So the good thing about this is you get to try something like animation, and then you get to profit off it, which is just dope. Like, amazing. So for artists, I would say it's good. In terms of energy, there's such like a what's the word, opportunity for massive income. And they're just hoping to make a quick buck, and that's obviously problematic for something that uses quite a. So I think moving forward, type of people will fall off, and it'll be left to artists who are actually like creating things that they enjoy for the enjoyment, and then you'll find the right audience versus just to make a quick buck. But also at the same time, they're creating stable chains that are more eco-friendly and stuff too. So there are actually some NFT platforms that use barely any energy, which is really great. Just hit me. But in the meantime, okay, so we've made this figure 8, right? Which is great. Looks fine. Normally I'd move it out so it was a more even figure 8, but time-wise, not gonna do that. I forget if I need to highlight it, but we'll just do that. We right click and we say edit expression. And then there's this little phrase which makes key num key. And then now that should loop. Sorry about the slow upload.
It's just got to render. I think, unfortunately, I think the internet's just chopping up a little bit too much. So I think we might, I think we might end it there just because I think what we could do is maybe you could share, let's let this render and check it out. And then maybe we'll just look at the final version that you've already published, and we'll just kind of have a quick chat about it. Because it's dropping out just a little bit too much. I think the internet gods are not in our favor. It happens. Yeah.
Damn, that's a shame. Oh, all right. It's okay. All right. So the final piece then. So only half an hour. That's
I think it's just dropping out a little bit too much. We're missing too much of what you're saying, I think, unfortunately.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
I
it's
wonder
okay.
if that's my fault.
It happens. It's all good.
No, that's not it. I need to find the right file. Here we go. All right. So ready to view?
Yeah, ready.
Okay. So as we can see, we've got, I really wanted to show the whole process with the eyes blinking as well. It's a shame. But yeah, so we've got the simulated rainfall. If you have a look close, bounce back, which is also a simulated effect. We drips on the sigils and the writing. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the droplet, like the drizzle drip?
It's not even animating at the moment. For us, God. I think.
Love that. So, yeah, there's also an audio element, but for some reason it's not playing. It's like a rainfall audio, and then I also have like frequencies of the in there. Yeah. But yeah, so that's the final piece. I'm so bummed that we can't go through the steps, but anyways, that's all.
Yeah, it's just the internet gods just aren't working out in our favor, ladies and gentlemen.
Shame.
But Johanna, if you're over on Behance checking it out, if you just click the link over there, you can watch it. You can have a look at all of them. So Johanna shared it for us. Yeah, unfortunately, it just doesn't work out all the time.
Beautiful.
But we got some good stuff in while the internet gods were being pretty good to us. So sorry about that, Bianca.
All good.
I think we should probably cut it down there. Please check it out. Check out Bianca's work on Instagram. She's got like a whole showcase of everything on there anyway, so you can check that out. And Bianca, thanks for your time today. And I'm sorry we have to cut it a little bit short.
No worries. No, that's good. That's good. Good day, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, everyone. And we'll be back next week. Thanks, Bianca. And we'll see you next time on Adobe Live.
Bye.
Bye.